Hi, welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa Sainode, and today we are making easy homemade mayonnaise. So our mayonnaise is based on this store-bought mayonnaise. It has some of the similar ingredients, including an egg and some oil and a little bit of seasonings, but we're going to be making ours in a jar, and it's going to be super easy. So one thing I will say about homemade mayonnaise is it does require an uncooked egg. So if you are hesitant about using an uncooked egg in a finished product, this might not be the recipe for you. But if you are willing to give it a try, this only requires a few basic ingredients. Basically, we need 1 egg, we need the juice of half of a lemon, we need just a tiny bit of Dijon mustard or mustard powder, we need a little bit of salt, and we need an oil. And we don't want an oil with too much flavor, so we're using a sunflower oil. Going to start by cracking an egg right into our jar. Of course, you can use a bowl as well, but we're going to go ahead and store our finished mayonnaise right in the jar that we're making it in. We're using about 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. You can adjust this. If you want a little more mustard flavor in it, go ahead and add a little bit more. The amount is really to your liking. The same with the salt. We are using about 1/2 teaspoon of salt in our mayonnaise. You can of course add more or less depending on your liking. As for the lemon juice, we are adding the juice of half of a lemon. And all of these ingredients are just going to go straight into our jar. Now it's time for our oil. So in goes our sunflower oil. We're going to put that right on top. This is my very first time making mayonnaise. I was so intimidated to make mayonnaise for the longest time, but this method is so easy. We're just going to push our immersion blender right in there, turn it on, and you can see it already emulsifying at the bottom of the jar. So we're going to leave our immersion blender in there, push down to the bottom, and then gently bring it back up to incorporate the rest of that oil. And you can see it emulsifying super quick and super easily. And that's really all there is to this super easy homemade mayonnaise. And best of all, we don't really have a whole lot of dishes to wash. We can just go ahead and store the mayonnaise in the jar that we made it in. And when it's finished, it's going to be super creamy and super delicious. I honestly couldn't believe how easy this mayonnaise was to make. It was just super easy. And it tasted really good too. It tastes so fresh and delicious. And of course, you can alter the flavors a little bit. You could add a nice little bit of garlic in there if you want a little bit of a garlic mayo, or add a little more mustard. And it's so creamy and so delicious and easy. It's homemade mayonnaise in less than a minute. After seeing how easy this was to make, I'm probably going to be making my own mayonnaise from now on. And if you give this recipe a try, please let me know how it turned out. And of course, don't forget there is a raw egg in there, so we do want to store this in the refrigerator. We don't want to leave it out on the counter for too long. So I'm just going to put it right there in the refrigerator. Thank you so much for watching Simple or Not Kitchen. As always, you'll find more articles, recipes, and video at PenelCentral.com.